to do kids, making sure they're okay, potty training, plus all of the work stuff, plus, other family stuff as well. So,
Yeah.
really hopeful start of the year, and then it's quickly going to come crashing down from there.
Thank you, Sharon. I definitely can feel it feels like when are we going to catch up? Because definitely we had him home for nearly 4 weeks. That was definitely, that's an experience I'll never forget. I just remember lying on the chair while I had COVID, couldn't move. And then my son obviously had recovered and was Judy was jumping on my head. I was just thinking, I wasn't prepared for this.
But I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
I know, anyone. But Kyla, would love to hear.
Yes, I relate to so much of what we're both sharing. And we have, I think, a couple things. We have a super flexible job. So part of what I feel like I've been in tension with is like, just stay in a place of gratitude. I can have the kids. They're not home right now, knock on wood. They have not been home all week. But like, they can be here, and like I can work around that, and I should just be able to be so grateful that that's a possibility, and to have a company that truly does support that so much. Staying in that place of gratitude has not been easy, and many days I'm like, no, I'm not grateful. I'm mad that like there's still work to be done, and now it has to happen at weird hours, and I still feel relatively new. So like then there's this whole like mindset of like, am I letting my team down? And all of that's just really hard to juggle. And then that topped with, I feel like we have been feeling, especially at the beginning of this year, just like decision fatigue. Like, are we going there? Are we still wearing masks there? Is it safe? Who should we see? Who should we not see? Should we plan some summer travel? And we're just redeciding all of these things that I think normally we wouldn't have to talk about. So like you do your whole work day, best case scenario, the kids were at daycare. You come home, make dinner, try to spend some time together. We get them in bed, which we luckily have some pretty good sleepers. But then we're like, husband and I will sit down on the couch just like, well, I want to hang out with you, but I'm so tired. And then the adulting stuff has to fit in there too. So it's definitely felt exhausting. And I'm excited to hear the mental fitness tips that you both have, because I feel like we're here, right? We're doing it. We're laughing. Like that's all part of it. But like, it's definitely been hard.
No, thank you so much for sharing, Kyla. And I think that's what we're trying to, through the sharing, hopefully we can get some mental fitness tips from this. But it has been, the onset is, I thought like the start of this year, like would have a bit more certainty, and January and just February just completely flipped on its head. And it's got to stage now where we have, well, I hope we have a bit of immunity in February. So I was just like, you know what, we're just going out. Yeah, fingers crossed. My doctor brother told me that it doesn't last more than 2 months. So I'm going to try and enjoy as much as possible. But yeah, it has been challenging. And then when you add to like the daycare closing, I just feel like now I actually get so scared to look at my phone, because we have an app where they send you, notice, and like every time I used to look at it before going to bed, and now like I've stopped doing that. It's just like, we'll deal with it in the morning, whatever's happened. Yeah, we'll just. And
even when they start to get a sniffle that might be totally innocent, you're like, oh. And like,
cut that out. Cut it out.
They're germy little monsters who like have boogers always that are like maybe scary boogers and maybe not scary boogers. And it's just like, maybe that's parenting in a nutshell, right? Like weighing risk, but this has just made it so much harder.
It's so tiring. It just weighs down on you. Where like when we go and see my nephew, and every time I'm looking at him thinking, oh, his nose is sniffling, he's coughing a bit. Should we just leave him at the door? So many different decisions that you have to keep making.